And we are live again. Back at it once again. Sick of the pundits. Can't remember what episode this is because finally Louis has sorted out his internet. Yeah.
Yay!
So we did miss you guys during the Euros, but there wasn't much to talk about during the Euros. We all knew England weren't going to win it. Am I right? Am I right?
I had faith. I had faith.
Some of us had faith and some of us had hope. Shattered as usual.
But we're back, and we're back because the Premier League is about to start. Louis, take it away.
So yeah, on today's episode, we will be discussing who is going to win the Premier League title. We'll be getting Josh and Alex's views on the upcoming Premier League title race and discussing any more other topics that come up. Guys, don't forget to follow us, Sick of the Pundits, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page is coming this year, and all the other usual social media outlets. So let me throw it out there. Josh, if I say to you, who's going to win a Premiership? Who's your answer? And give us your reasoning.
All right, so obviously me and Alex are both Liverpool fans, so we're probably both going to say Liverpool. But my reasoning might be different. And I think a lot of people have not left Liverpool as like the people who are pretty quiet. We haven't done anything in the window, but look, the transfer window, Liverpool fans, transfer window ends on the 31st of August. So we have time. Be patient. And also, just watching Liverpool's pre-season, I forget, we're about system. We have a system. It's not about individuals. It's about systems. And yes, the Man United has improved. Yes, Man City have improved. Chelsea are the dark horses. I think Chelsea has improved the most. When they sign Lukaku, I think Chelsea are going
to 100 million, and they can't be dark horses.
No, but I mean, everyone's talking about the Manchester clubs. Nobody's really talking about Liverpool, but then Chelsea, I think, are right there. So, but I think Grealish is a sidestep. I don't think Grealish scares anyone, to be honest with you, because if he was that good, he would have taken a penalty. And then who else was there? Sancho couldn't even get on the pitch. So again, Sancho, I don't know. Do you know, it's not even about the signings of Manchester United. Manchester United has spent more than Man City in the last 6-7 years. They spent more. Their manager's just incapable. So that's why I don't put them in. And then that leaves me with Chelsea, where I've been the biggest hater of Tuchel. He doesn't know me yet, but eventually he will. And Tuchel for me was never really that guy, but he's just won a Champions League, so I can't really hate on him anymore. And the biggest problem with Chelsea was the fact that they couldn't score goals. And if they get Romelu Lukaku, for me, is one of the best strikers on the planet, kind of solves that issue.
Fair enough. Good reasoning there from Josh, I'd say. Alex, any views?
Russian reasoning, Jesus, what's happened to him since the last episode? God, he's actually finally talking a bit of sense for once. Jesus. Who do I think is going to win the Prem? I always, since Klopp and obviously the run that we've been on, I do always believe we have what it takes to win the Prem if our players stay fit. Last season obviously was a write-off, man. Three of our centre-backs were gone. We played Fabinho at centre-back for the bulk of the season, Henderson at centre-back. Now those two will definitely be in centre midfields. So the midfield showed up a bit. Yes, we have lost Gini, and we do definitely need to bring someone in to not replace him, but just add obviously another member there, because Curtis Jones can only do so much and Harvey Elliott is still young. But I'll always be confident throughout the season until it's obviously clear that we can't win it. Outside of Liverpool, you'd have to say City would be favourites. I do like, however, that we aren't, in the conversation, and it does seem like our players have like a chip on our shoulder. I've been watching a bit more pre-season than normal, and it just looks like the fire is back with some. Even Bobby today, he scored, a couple goals, and his finishing looked on point. Minamino's got a point to prove. Naby Keita's got a point to prove. All of our players have a point to prove, and this is the season to do it. So Liverpool to win the league. Let's hope we bring in a couple of signings before the transfer window, and we're good to go.
Fair enough. Good reasoning there from Alex. I just think Man City are still too strong. They won the league last season without a striker. They continue to, they haven't signed a striker so far, and obviously signed Grealish, who I think is an absolutely top player.
Josh doesn't think so. He said it's a sideward step.
I think he definitely improves that squad. He definitely improves that team. He will add another dimension. Do City need a striker? Do you need a striker to win the league, Josh?
No, because they proved it last season they did it without one. But I think last season, who were they playing against? Because when we obliterated after January, there wasn't really anybody really pushing them. And did they win the Champions League without a striker? No, they got beat by Chelsea. And if Chelsea had a capable manager with the team that they had, Chelsea would have had a better season last season. But because they had a good old Frank, who I predicted was going to lose his job, and I was spot on about that. Don't worry about it, guys.
By Christmas.
Oh, well, okay, by Christmas, like 3 weeks after. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, I was wrong by 3 weeks.
So is it a fact you're right or wrong by Christmas?
It's a fact, in either way, the guy's out of a job. So, like I was saying, yeah, I think Man City with their signing of Grealish, though, like, is Grealish better than Mahrez? Is Grealish better than Sterling? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Is he even better than Phil Foden? No, it's
not about being better.
It's about strength and depth, but it's also about challenging your squad. And I think the thing about Grealish as well is that not a lot of people talk about is that they talk about he's the most fouled player. When was that ever a stat? Like, when was that ever a thing? When was that ever, okay, Messi, he scored this much goals, he's got this much assists, and he's the most fouled player. No one's ever said that before. Like, it's insane. It's an insane conversation. But the thing about Grealish as well, though, is that I don't think he's a system player. And to be you have to be a system player to be a part of Man City. It's not about the individual. It's not about, like, Kun Aguero found out. It wasn't about the individual. Pep makes you sure you play a system with Pep. And
why is Grealish not a system player? Wait, I don't understand.
Because Aston Villa, he had the team was around him. The team was built around him. Just like how Coutinho, when he was at Liverpool, had free reign to do things. But at Man City, you won't have free reign to do things. Coutinho, when he went to Barcelona, was just another player. Grealish will be just another player in Pep's system. So if he doesn't formulate that, if he doesn't, I'm telling you, he might.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
We'll see it. But that guy is not about tactics. That guy is about pass the ball to Grealish and let Grealish do magical things. It ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna work like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Coming from you, Josh. Alex, of all the transfers so far in this window, have any caught your eye? Which club has done the best business so far? Would you say?
I don't even know what kind of signings have been going on. I haven't been paying attention.
We got Ben White. Ben White has gone to Arsenal. We've got
that's good business. I like that.
That's awful business.
No. That's good business. In today's transfer market, yeah, to get a young English centre back that can play multiple positions is good. You're going to pay a premium regardless. So whether you're paying 50 million, 60 million, whatever it is, the most important thing at the moment is getting the players in. Everyone questioned Harry Maguire at 80 million, but look, he's arguably England's best centre back at the moment, and he's always starting for United, who finished second in the league last year.
No,
you know,
he's not.
It's like, as long as you get the player in, who cares? It's not my money being spent. So acquiring Ben White, in my opinion, is a good signing.
I'll be honest with you.
They needed it as well.
This might be a little bit dramatic or a bit shocking, but Arsenal, honestly, if you signed Nat Phillips would have been a better defender for yourselves. I'm not even Liverpool biased. It's just like Ben White, he can do.
No, he's not.
He can do.
You were a Ben White fan before.
I was a Ben White fan, not for that money.
And now all of a sudden he signs for Arsenal and he's not as good as Nat Phillips.
No.
Nat Phillips is better than him. What are you talking about?
The thing is, but I watched Ben White. I'm thinking Ben White for Leeds. If Arsenal get that guy, fair enough. But if they get Ben White for Brighton, who was played in right back, who played as defensive midfielder, they don't need that. They need a leader at the back. And you know what? How does Nat is like what? 23 years old? He could have molded into something. He could be the next Tony Adams for all we know.
What? Nat Phillips, the next Tony Adams, if there was ever a wild take to start the season off. My God.
Guys, you've been watching a lot of pre-season. Have you seen much of Ibrahima Konate for Liverpool? How's he looking?
Absolute beast. What a signing. What a signing. And he's exactly what we needed. Like, again, maybe because it happened too early in the window, but he's exactly what we needed at the back. Like a solid guy who's going to probably be around for the next 7 to 8 years. Like exactly what Liverpool needed. And that's shrewd bit of business there. Like, And how much? Ben White was 50 million. Konate was 30. Wow.
I don't know how much it was.
Wow.
Well, you can't really judge it now, can you? Who was better business?
No, you can't. We've got to wait and see. But speaking of pre-season, though, Harvey Elliott has come back and he looks sensational. He reminds me a little bit of Jackie Wilshere.
In what way?
In the sense that just
he's left-footed.
When Jack Wilshere came on the scene, like there was something special about him. Like, even though Pep said there's millions of Jack Wilsheres at Barcelona, I bet you they need them now. Barcelona's going down the tank. It's hilarious. anyway. But yeah, he's so calm on the ball. Like he can control tempo very well for a young player. It's his mind that I'm more impressed with than anything else, because physicality will come. Like, he's 17. I know, I'm just making a lot of sense in it. Alex is shocked.
I know, like, what's going on?
But I think that's the case. I think, but I don't think Harvey Elliott, like Alex said, for Liverpool, I don't think he's the replacement for now, and I don't think he's even found a position yet in our team. I think let him express himself, but play him in games where he can express himself. But I wouldn't say the best he can do this season is be on Liverpool's bench. I wouldn't say he's a starter just as yet.
Yeah, play the odd cup game here and there. I think one of the good things as well with him is because he doesn't have a particular position, he can fill in most places. And a lot of people do see that as a negative kind of thing when you don't have a role kind of thing. But when you are playing like in a team that plays 50, 60 games in a season, you are going to need to fill in, if you are a squad player as well, on the left wing, on the right wing, as a 10 when the time comes. So the fact that he can play all those positions at a young age, even without, like Josh was saying, without the ball, his positional play is top notch. So it can only get better for Harvey Elliott. If he does get a loan in the Prem, I wouldn't mind that either. If it's like one of the lower teams in the Prem and he's playing week in, week out, why not? I wouldn't mind that either. We've got a gem with Harvey Elliott.
The only thing I'd say to that though is I look at the Phil Foden project, and because he stayed around, you can see his level of growth was a lot more when he was at Man City. So I would rather him stay and like pick up things from Salah, because apparently he's picked up not eating bread from Mo Salah. Okay, but whatever he's picking up from Mo Salah, like, I think it's worthwhile. I think he proved himself when he went to Blackburn. He was like one of the best players in that division when he went there. So just let him stay in. Let's see how it goes. But back to Louis' question about who's done the best business. If I was to look at it in a vacuum, I would say Manchester United has done the best business, because you look at it, they've signed Varane. Well, it's not officially confirmed, but apparently it's going to happen very soon. They signed Varane, who even I think Varane has passed it. I don't think Varane is as good as he used to be. And coming into the Premier League as well, where like the thing about La Liga is it's a lot slower sort of pace. I think he's in for a bit of a culture shock. But if I was to look at it from a vacuum, World Cup winner, Champions League winner, La Liga winner, him coming to your squad will add a lot of just leadership that I think this Manchester United team doesn't really have. They don't really have a lot of winners in this team. So that coming into your team, and him and Harry Maguire should be a very solid partnership. But we'll see. And then Sancho, as much as I was messing about with Sancho, I think if Sancho was at Liverpool, I'd be very, very happy. So the only thing that's a problem with Manchester United is their PE teacher manager is not going to do anything. The guy's a serial loser. He's lost so many finals. The only thing, like, again, and I keep talking about this, in what world does a manager who was relegated with Cardiff become the manager of Manchester United? It's like getting sacked by Currys and becoming the CEO of Microsoft. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, I'm just saying.
All right, let's end this. Josh, give us a top four.
Top four, I would say Liverpool. I'm going to say Chelsea. I'm going to say Man City. And then I'm going to say Leicester City. Man United, no top four.
Alex. Well, they've done the best bit of business, yeah.
Alex. It's not going to fall apart for Man United.
Give us a top four, Alex.
Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United.
Safe.
Fair enough. I think
It's not safe as facts.
I'm gonna go City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United. That's safe.
That's what you're supposed to be a Liverpool fan. Made me sick.
All right, guys. Let's leave it there. Obviously, to all the followers, all the subscribers out there, hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Help a little podcast out. And we'll catch you on the next topic. If there's any topics you guys want to see, drop us a message. Follow us on all the social media outlets, and we will see you later. Josh, any final words? Anyone?
Man United fans who are upset about me not letting them actually finish in the top 4. Here's a reminder: you guys cancelled the game for your silly protest, and then we came back, smacked your team, and that started us on a run to finish top 4. So I'm gonna say thank you, even though I reckon you guys are not finishing top 4 this season. So, but thank you though, mugs.
Lovely. See you later.
See you, everyone.